As we continue to learn more about the victims of the Orlando terror attack, we're also hearing from the survivors. Our Josh Elliott is in Orlando with one of those stories. Josh.
Elaine, good evening to you. As we are now some 2 days removed from the massacre of late Saturday night and early Sunday morning, the wounds being felt here in this community are still in so many ways so very fresh. It is something that we learned again today as survivors came here, again, just about a block from the Pulse nightclub to process what they had lived through and to share their unbearable pain and grief. We had a chance to speak to just one such man, Luis Lopez, who told us about a beautiful night, as he described it, that turned nightmarish, and one that forced him to become like so many that night, an ordinary hero. You were there with your two friends.
Yes.
It's last call. It's time to go.
Yeah,
Then what happened?
I stepped outside, trying to smoke a cigarette, and you hear the gunshots. We froze for a second, like, is that really happening? Are those really gunshots going on inside? And we start seeing people running. The music cuts off completely. Power gets shut down. There's no power, there's no music. All you hear is people yelling, screaming on the top of their lungs.
It went dark.
Yeah, like someone shut the power off. Like, I don't know what happened. There was no light, there's no power. Music gone. All you could hear is people screaming and yelling, all the shots being fired. And I froze. I looked around and I'm just seeing everyone running different directions, trying to figure out how to get out. Because when you're in the back, there's really not that many exits to get out. So then
And that's where you were. You were in the back. There's a patio in the back of the club.
Yep. And then that's when I saw everyone jumping over the fence, just trying to get out. So then I just went and did the same thing. I ran over to the fence. I jumped over the fence and I started running. I saw some kid next to me that needed help. I just grabbed him. I started running with him. He had blood all over his shirt, his pants.
Had he been shot?
No, he wasn't. He was just screaming because he had his friend's blood on him, that his friend got shot. And he was just at the top of his lungs screaming. Like, I didn't think he even realized that I was trying to help him and trying to tell him to let's go, we need to get out of here. Because at the top of his lungs, he was screaming like, my friend, he's gone, my friend is gone. Like, and he had his blood over him. He's like, this is his blood. Like, I don't know what to do. And I didn't even know what to tell him. Like, at that situation, I was just so in shock.
And you'd been separated from
my friends,
your two friends.
And then when me and my friends reunited, we ended up trying to call our other friends that end up always meet us up here. And one of our friends, Isaiah, was actually one of the hostages in there. He was on the phone with us crying, didn't know what to say. We didn't even know what to tell him. And he was just like, I need help. Like, can you get help? I called 911 immediately while he was on the phone with him, and we're like, what do we tell this person? Like, what do we tell him? Like, he is on the phone right now crying, telling me that his mom is right there, she's bleeding. He was saying that she got shot on her shoulder, and unfortunately she ended up passing away. She did not make it out. And so, like, right now my friend is going through so much.
Now, you help somebody over a wall in the back.
Yes.
You're separated from your friends. Don't know if they
were even okay,
have lived or died at this point. First, did you have a sense of just how bad it was in that club?
No, like at the moment when I saw everything going on, yes. Like, I was in shock. I couldn't believe it was happening. I come here all the time since I was 18, and to picture this going on in there, and
this was a home for you.
Yeah, like it was honestly, it was, as I was saying too, like, this is like a second home to me, and we come here all the time. We know everyone. Like, I literally know almost everyone in there. My friends know everyone. My best friend literally knows everyone in there, and it's just like a big family. We go in, we have a great time, enjoy our time, and we leave. It was just a thing that we'd always did, and it's worse than a nightmare. Like, I can't believe this happened. Like, I can picture everything still running over my head. I can still hear the gunshots. I can still hear the people screaming, yelling, falling on the floor. I can see it, like, repeated over and over in my head, and it's not something I ever wanted to experience in my life. I've never been in any situation like that, and to actually have this experience, it's just like overwhelming, something that I do not ever wish on anyone, not even my worst enemy.
You could see just how shaken Luis was over just, again, a day and a half later. I should also mention his friend Elijah and Elijah's mother, Brenda. Elijah would eventually escape, but Brenda Marquez McCool did not. And tonight, Luis Lopez, along with so many in this community, are with Elijah's 6 siblings, as they mourn the loss of a woman they all said was like a second mother to them. Elaine?
Absolutely heart-wrenching, Josh. It was so compelling to hear Luis talk about what Pulse nightclub meant to the community. He described it as a family and a second home. I wonder if that's essentially the same sentiment you're hearing from others who go to that club regularly.
It's been exactly that, Elaine. Variations on that same theme. As we learn more now about the owners of the club in question, it was open to provide something of a refuge and a haven for the LGBT people of Orlando, certainly the LGBT youth of Orlando. Luis himself spoke about going there since he was 18. He said on a night where there were upwards of 300 people there might not have been anybody that he didn't know in that club. He spoke of beautiful nights, and beautiful nights now lost. Interestingly, just to be in this town now is to speak to so many people who are 1 or 2 degrees removed from knowing somebody who was in the nightclub that night. We have really seen a big, thriving, growing city here in Orlando turned into a small town by its collective grief, and it is, as you might imagine, it remains a heartbreaking place to be.
All right. Josh Elliott reporting from Orlando for us. Josh, thank you so much.